The atmosphere was dense, vibrating with expectation. His gaze lingered, unwavering and charged with intensity. He had bided his time, enduring the silence, restraining himself. But that moment had passed. I turned, locking my gaze with his. He was no longer merely an observer. I raised my fingers, a subtle beckoning in the stillness. His breath hitched, his form coiled with tension. And then he rose from his seat. Before we embark on this journey together, I kindly ask you to show your support by liking this video and subscribing. Your engagement means the world to me. It costs nothing, requires just a moment, and makes a bigger impact than you realize. Moreover, you'll always be in the loop for the next tale. Now, let us embark on this journey together. His hands gently cradled my waist, drawing me near as our bodies swayed in harmony. With each deep breath and every subtle movement, a warm energy enveloped my skin, lingering like a whispered secret in the air. Please, don't stop, I whispered, my voice a fragile wisp in the air. The air thickened with unspoken words, a palpable energy that held us in its grasp until I finally surrendered, melting into him completely. He exhaled softly, drawing me near as we embraced the serene warmth of the moment. For a moment, we simply rested there, the warmth that enveloped us lingering in the air. His fingers danced in gentle circles along my back, his chest rising and falling in a rhythmic cadence. Yet, there was an air to the silence that seemed to shift, as if it held secrets waiting to be unveiled. I tilted my head just a bit, observing him closely. There's a certain stillness about you. He released a gentle laugh. Lost in thought, I smiled slyly, allowing my fingertips to brush against his skin. Once upon a time, his moment of uncertainty was subtle, yet I perceived it. What a remarkable experience that was. I chuckled gently, nestling close to him. Indeed, it was. My fingers danced lightly, weaving intricate patterns across his skin. Have you ever considered how it could be transformed into something even more remarkable? His breath caught ever so slightly. Improved. I leaned on one elbow, observing him intently. Adventure has always been in our spirit, but what if we ventured a bit deeper? For just a fleeting moment, his body tightened. It was subtle, yet it ignited a spark of curiosity within me. Come on, I urged, tilting my head in invitation. You've pondered it, haven't you? His gaze locked onto mine, a spark dancing behind his eyes. A moment of stillness. After a deep breath, he began to share his words. There is something, he confessed, his voice barely above a whisper. I raised an eyebrow, a thrill of anticipation twisting in my gut. Share your tale with me. He swept a hand through his hair. I long to witness you embark on a journey into the unknown. I blinked. Unique. His lips parted, as if he was selecting his words with great care. At last, indeed. Yes. Yet not another soul. A tale of a woman. The words lingered in the space between us, heavy and palpable. I swallowed, my heart racing with anticipation. The heat swelling in my chest left me uncertain. Was it merely nerves, or something far more perilous lurking beneath the surface? I parted my lips, yet silence enveloped me, for uncertainty clouded my emotions on the matter. The thought lingered, refusing to be dismissed. It wrapped around my thoughts, sneaking in when I was least prepared for its presence. As I lay in bed, drifting through the motions of my morning routine, I found it difficult to concentrate on anything beyond the familiar rhythm of the day. His words ignited a flame within me that I couldn't overlook. In the beginning, it seemed utterly ridiculous. It had never crossed my mind to ponder something like this. The notion of sharing my time with another woman, particularly under his gaze, should have been a simple thought to cast aside. Yet it lingered in my mind. As I pondered it further, it began to feel less peculiar. A whisper of curiosity slipped in, subtle yet unwavering. The notion itself hung in the air, refusing to fade away. It was in the way he would gaze at me, The way it could shift the very fabric of our connection. Could it truly be so? The question hung in the air, refusing to fade away. More than I cared to acknowledge, uncertainties lingered at the fringes of my anticipation. What if I embraced the experience and found myself enjoying it more than I anticipated? What if it changed his perception of me? What if it opened my eyes to a new version of myself? It was as if I was crossing the threshold into a realm of uncertainty, a place where the outcome remained a mystery to me. And yet, beneath the veil of uncertainty, a different essence began to awaken. A subtle excitement, the sort that remained with me every time it crossed my mind. His desire for this was unmistakable. And if I were to be truthful with myself, I yearned to discover the sensation of granting him his desires. The uncertainty lingered, yet it couldn't deter my resolve. I had every intention of seeing it through. Uncertainty loomed around me, shrouded in mystery. Yet, a singular truth stood firm in my mind. This had transcended mere fantasy for him. At that moment, it belonged to me as well. The days that followed drifted by in a haze. I reminded myself to keep my thoughts simple and not to dwell too much on it. The choice had been set in my mind, yet, as I ventured further, the excitement only intensified. With each look exchange, and every fleeting brush of skin, the thrill became undeniably vivid. I wasn't merely nodding along to his tale. I was seizing the reins of it. Once I had everything set in motion, the nerves faded away, giving way to a rush of pure exhilaration. In the unfolding of life, there exists a moment when the ideal individual crosses your path, a fleeting instant that beckons for revelation in the most exquisite manner. And now, all that remained was to witness his response. That morning, as we lay in bed, I turned to face him, my fingers dancing lightly over his skin, creating delicate patterns in the quiet of the moment. He lingered in the realm of dreams, his breath a gentle rhythm. Blissfully ignorant of the tempest swirling within me, I drew closer, my voice gentle yet resolute. Be home by 8 tonight, my dear. No questions asked, just trust in me. His eyes fluttered open, a relaxed smile dancing at the corners of his lips. What tale unfolds at 8? I locked eyes with him, maintaining the connection just long enough for curiosity to take root. Just wait and watch. His brows lifted slightly, yet I could sense the intrigue beginning to weave its spell. He yearned to inquire further, yet he understood me well enough to sense when I was resolute in my silence. At last, he declared, stretching his limbs as he let out a deep breath, I shall remain here. Excellent. For by tonight, his dream would transform into reality. The evening arrived sooner than I had anticipated. I encountered him at the threshold, my heartbeat calm and unwavering. Yet, lurking just beneath the surface, a quiet hum stirred within me, a sense of expectancy, a flutter of anxiety, an elusive feeling that danced just out of reach. He was unaware of the adventures that lay ahead, and that uncertainty only heightened the thrill of the journey. His brow arched ever so slightly as I grasped his hand, sharing nothing more than a knowing smile that spoke volumes. Follow me, I whispered, guiding him through the corridor. The door stood ever so slightly open, a soft glow spilling into the hallway, inviting curiosity and wonder. The instant we crossed the threshold, I sensed the change, the electric atmosphere, the heavy anticipation hanging in the air. And then, his gaze fell upon her. She sat there, elegantly balanced on the edge of the bed, her demeanor exuding a natural confidence that unmistakably signaled her rightful place in that moment. Her gaze danced over him for a moment before finding me, an enigmatic spark flickering behind her eyes. I noticed the gentle rise of my husband's breath, observed the subtle tension that coursed through his body. He wasn't merely observing, he was taking in every nuance, unraveling the significance of it all, anticipating what was on the brink of unfolding. And then she took a step forward. Her fingers danced lightly against my wrist, a whisper of a touch, then ventured higher, tracing my arm with intention, playful and tantalizing. I turned toward her instinctively, captivated, my breath hitching as her palms glided over my skin. There was an essence to this that felt distinct, a fresh allure that captivated the senses. The initial kiss unfolded gently, a slow and curious dance of lips, a cautious encounter that hinted at the promise of something deeper to come. My body reacted instinctively, leaning into her touch, my hands exploring their way to her waist, sensing the warmth of her skin beneath my fingertips. A soft breath escaped from behind me, steady and deliberate, yet unmistakable. I didn't need to glance back to sense his gaze, to understand that he was experiencing every moment of this just as deeply as I was. We lingered in the moment, relishing the gradual reveal. Her hands danced with intention, slipping beneath the fabric, leading me slowly into a profound experience. Each gentle touch ignited a wave of warmth within me, the gradual unfolding of revelation causing me to tremble. And then she stepped forward, guiding the way. Her lips departed from mine, weaving a slow, intentional journey, relishing each caress. I scarcely took note of the feeling as my shirt slipped away, fingers brushing lightly against my newly revealed skin. Each motion flowed with precision, seamless and graceful, as though she were in perfect harmony with every reaction I offered. Her lips brushed against my collarbone first, then descended lower, following the contour of my torso with intentional tenderness. My breath faltered as she explored with unhurried precision, the sensation sending shivers through me. A gentle, lingering caress at my hips sent a shiver coursing through me, my body responding with instinctual grace. There was no rush, just the deliberate unfolding of anticipation, a gradual rise in warmth that had me holding my breath. And then her touch became more deliberate. A wave of warmth enveloped me, causing my breath to falter. My breathing became erratic, each movement pulling me deeper, enveloped in the sensations that surrounded me. Her rhythm flowed seamlessly, a constant beat that layered upon itself, each intentional movement holding me captive in the now. A sound from across the room, low and strained, pierced through the haze, prompting me to turn my head slightly, my vision blurring at the edges. My partner in life. He lingered in the chair, teetering on the edge of consciousness. His hands clutched the arms firmly, his chest rising and falling with a deliberate calmness. His gaze was fixed upon me, an enigmatic expression gracing his features, yet every nuance of his being, his posture, the tautness in his frame whispered untold stories. He was on the brink of unraveling. The atmosphere hung heavy, laden with a silent comprehension that lingered between them. He had stepped beyond mere observation. He found himself ensnared in this web just as deeply as I did. As our eyes locked, my fingers stretched out to him, a subtle yet intentional gesture. It was merely an invitation, a subtle recognition that his presence held significance, equal to all else in this fleeting moment. With a gentle release of his grip, his body cooled with tension, and at last, he rose to his feet. As he took the step into the space, a palpable change swept through the atmosphere. Before I even laid eyes on him, I sensed the palpable weight of his presence, the warmth radiating from his skin as he drew near. His hands discovered my waist, fingers pressing in just enough to send a subtle thrill coursing through me. As I raised my gaze, I found his eyes locked onto mine, deep and intense, brimming with an unvoiced emotion. In that moment, our lips met. The kiss lingered, rich with unspoken emotions, a gentle draw, a soft yielding. I melted against him, enveloped by his warmth as his hands gently traced my back. Gratitude slipped from his lips, a soft whisper that brushed against mine. A chill coursed through me, not merely from his words, but from the very cadence with which he spoke them. This moment encapsulated all his deepest desires. And then, she took a step forward, a subtle movement on the bed, the palpable weight of her presence sensed long before I turned my head. She observed him, her gaze lingering on us, a slow, knowing smile playing upon her lips. Her gaze held no hesitation, No uncertainty, only a quiet confidence as she leaned in, fingers gliding over his stomach, lower still, until he released a sharp exhale. I remained captivated as she pressed her lips along his body, her fingers dancing. Enticingly playful. My lips lingered on his, my hands entwined in his hair, sensing the subtle tremor that coursed through him. His breath came in deep, measured gasps, each one a testament to the tension in the air. His body responding to her every subtle shift with an intensity that spoke volumes. His fingers gripped my back more firmly as she became increasingly absorbed, a low sound escaping from his throat. His breath paused, lingering tantalizingly against my lips. His reaction sparked an energy within me. The way his body tightened, the way his fingers gripped my hips as if he sought something to anchor himself. It was mesmerizing to behold, to sense his every reaction to each deliberate movement, every subtle change in his breath. And then, I journeyed alongside her. I let my kisses wander down his jaw, gliding along his neck, savoring the warmth of his pulse beneath my lips. We descended further until I found myself beside her, our actions entwined in a quiet communion of understanding. His head tilted back, breath coming in uneven gasps, completely absorbed in the fleeting moment we shared. Each sound he produced ignited a new surge of warmth within me, intensifying the moment and drawing me further into its embrace. The air was thick with tension, palpable and electric, as his hands clutched the sheets tightly. But that tale was far from over. A transformation, a movement from one place to another. She lay on the bed now, beneath me, her breath a gentle warmth against my skin. Her hands gently guided me, settling me into place, a sharp inhale escaping my lips as she began her tale. My fingers curled into the sheets, a sensation flooded through me, slow teasing strokes pulling me under, making my head fall back. And then, there he was, the weight of his body pressing against hers, a deep exhale escaping his lips as he moved with purpose. A soft gasp slipped from her lips, her breath catching against my skin. I sensed each movement beneath me, his presence unwavering, resolute. The fervor of it was unmistakable. His hands steadied her, each movement eliciting a response within me. Her breath, her hands, the gentle touch of her lips against me. It was overwhelming, a heady blend of feelings that quickened my heartbeat. Yet, it was he who unraveled me. The way his eyes held mine, deep and weighty with fervor. Each motion he made sent a thrill through us both. Yet it was his unwavering gaze, the way he reached for me, his fingers grazing my skin, and his lips claiming mine that truly captivated. That was the moment that unraveled me entirely. My body tightened, my breath hitched, and the feeling washed over me in surges. I found myself in the company of others. With a deep groan, he tightened his grip, his body trembling as the moment enveloped him. His voice hung in the air, deep and gravelly, whispering my name. And then, a hush fell over the scene. His forehead met mine, his breath lingering in the air. A slow, contented sigh escaping his lips. A soft, breathless laugh escaped my lips. My fingers still entwined in the sheets. I tilted my head just a bit, my lips whispering against his ear. Joyful, with his arms enveloping me, he drew me near, planting a soft, lingering kiss upon my shoulder. Beyond what you might realize, some thoughts remain hidden in the shadows, never to see the light of day. But what if the most extraordinary ones are destined to unfold? Have you ever harbored a hidden desire, one that you kept locked away from the world? And if you did, what unfolded when you finally shared it? Share your thoughts with me in the comments. I have delved into each and every one, and my curiosity is piqued. Before you take your leave, remember to show your appreciation for this video and tap that subscribe button. It's complimentary, requires just a moment, and ensures you stay updated on the next tale. Activate the notification bell to be the first to hear when a new tale unfolds. If this resonated with you, pass it along to someone who would cherish it just as much. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until we meet again in the next tale.